it.
We're going just live right now.
Let's just go live.
Let's go live.
I pressed the wrong button. I wanted to do the guitar intro, but it didn't happen. So whatever. So we're live.
We're live. Hey, there it is. There you go. That's how we do things sometimes when we screw up. There you go. So
it's okay. Missed one little button.
How are you, buddy? Feeling any better?
Yeah. I mean, today is my last day of a week on
antibiotics.
On some antibiotics. Yeah. I mean, I rarely get sick, but man, this one knocked me out. And so clearly I missed our pick on Friday. We'll talk about that later. And it was kind of like Cal Ripken, like, I wanted to turn the lights off and to pull the Kevin Costner move so you couldn't break the streak. But unfortunately, I could not get there. It's
all right. We had a great
down. I'm still.
And we picked a heck of a finished American single malt from Old Line. So we'll talk about that later. But we'll do that. No, we are not. Hopefully the man, the myth, the legend will show up a little bit later. We got some friends in the basement. But tonight we're going to be previewing what feels like ages ago. I know.
4 fantastic Patreons and I went out to Kentucky and met up with Kenny and Ryan at Pursuit. Had just a blast of a time. Didn't even know if it was going to happen because, I mean, if I recall correctly, the weather was not cooperating. It was freezing cold. Pipes were frozen. It was everything that looked like it could go wrong, looked like it was going to go wrong. And then we walked away with an absolutely amazing pick, aptly titled after our good friend Dave Vogelson's first pick ever.
Unbelievable.
There it is. Diamond Dave's Double Oak. There's the pick team right there. Kenny's face is sitting there and Ryan somewhere too. You can see them. Even Funko Todd made their appearance. So that's the one that's coming. But you don't want to hear from us. You want to hear from the men behind bringing us the good stuff from Pursuit. So welcome back to Glam and Drams from 2TEN90's Pursuit United's very own Kenny Coleman. What's up, man?
There we go. Look at that. There we go.
Take a bow.
Kenny, how are you, man? Thanks for coming back. We really appreciate it.
Doing right. Thank you so much for having me. You just mentioned that you were on antibiotics and other weather. We just got done doing our Pursuit Palooza, and I'm on like day 3 of recovery, and so I'm feeling the same exact way.
Well, I saw a lot about that. We could talk about that because Katie and Robert Hayes was at there. They went out to Pursuit Palooza. It looked amazing. And I think next year we need to go to this because it looked like a hell of a time.
I would love to. I couldn't even go 10 miles down the road, let alone out to Kentucky. But next year, if it's on the
that's something you're doing every year, right? How many years have you been doing that, Kenny?
This was our 4th year doing it. So every year we talk about how the hell we're going to top it, but we sure did a good one. But yeah, I mean it's an awesome time. But you got to come out and pick the barrel. I think that's pretty special in itself.
Well, let's talk.
That was fun. A couple things I remember. One, you guys were extremely gracious. You guys were great hosts. You knew your stuff. It's no mystery why you all are doing as well as you are. But I also remember, man, was it cold? Even for Kentucky, it was freezing. I got the call in the morning. Got a text, guys. It may not. We don't know if we're going to be able to open today. You definitely can't use the bathrooms. We're like, what's going on? Somehow, some way, it thawed out just enough for us to get in there and get the glasses warmed up a little bit, take the tour, and we sampled through some amazing stuff, and we walked away with what I think is a killer barrel. So I'm really excited to be revisiting it. I don't know how much you remember about it, Kenny, but we loved how unique it was. It was a little bit what we thought at the time, maybe off profile for our Patrons. I think picks after that may have dictated it's not that off profile, but man, was it delicious. And the pick team just fell in love with it, as did I. So we're stoked to release this.
Unfortunately, we don't have our bottles yet. They're coming in to
tomorrow. God, they've been sitting forever and a day. Tomorrow.
As you know, Kenny, doing many single barrel picks, sometimes it's out of your control when these things happen. So it is what it is. Good things that come to those who wait. And it's coming on Friday. So it'll be sold on Friday to our patrons. We're super excited for it. I mean, tell us about your single barrel program and how that's sort of evolved over the years. I mean, are you guys ramping that up? Is it something where you're still kind of keeping it closed to make sure you're not doing too many? Or how's that whole single barrel program for Pursuit Spirits coming along?
And just tell us a little bit about Pursuit for those who maybe joined us for the first time. Introduce yourself. Tell us about Kenny.
Sure. I guess that's probably a good way to kick things off. So I'm Kenny. I am one half of Pursuit Spirits. I'm also 1/3 of Bourbon Pursuit. So if you never heard of Bourbon Pursuit, that's how we got our start. So to this day, we still run the largest whiskey podcast that's out there, where we invite master distillers, CEOs, bloggers, pundits, you name it, come on the show and just kind of talk about it, just a different potpourri of topics when it comes to bourbon. We started that back in 2015, and we just had our 10-year anniversary of being able to do that. And fortunate that we were, had a really good recipe for success. And now that we just started growing that, in 2018, we spun it off and actually created our own whiskey company out of it. The kind of way that goes is, we had made a lot of money for other people. We might as well try to figure out if we can make money for ourselves. And we always talk about that's probably the phone call we shouldn't have taken, because now here we are, a couple years later, $9 million in debt, but about 5,000 barrels to our name. So we've got a lot of stuff that's happening with it. And we started with 2018 doing Pursuit Series, which was just cask strength single barrels. We realized that probably wasn't going to be a scalable model. And so in 2020, we launched what was called the Untappd Project. And this is where we are working with 3 different distilleries, and technically 4 different distilleries, to contract distill our own custom mash bills, toast and char levels to our specifications. And we blend a product that is very unique to us. And so we are not going to be like anything else on the shelf. It's not just another sourced whiskey with a different label. It's in fact our own whiskey, something that's completely different. And coming from the bourbon nerd drum, I guess you could say, of what we are, that's what we really wanted to set ourselves out to do. So we're super excited to be able to do this. And, we came out with our Untappd bourbon back in 2020, shortly followed that with our Untappd rye. And a little bit, I think it was like last year, we launched our Untappd Double Oak, and our Double Oak product has just kind of taken off like wildfire. We had this one profile that we went to market with. Everybody loved it. But when we did our double oaking, we had all these different stave profiles we were working with. And we said, well, why would we just get rid of all this? Instead, let's create a double oaked single barrel program, or a private selection program, where people can come in and select their own unique profile to them. And so what makes this truly unique and different is because the way that we go about blending is that each blend is going to be inherently different. You're going to have different amounts of each that are going to go into it from our 3 partner distilleries. And when we blend that together, it's going to re-enter the barrels that they came from. So maybe we're using some stuff from ISC. Maybe we're using some Kentucky bourbon. Maybe we're using some Kelvin. Maybe it's coming from our Finger Lakes wheated bourbon. All this is getting re-entered back in the barrel. You let it sit for a couple of months, all of a sudden things start changing. To even add more variables to this, we started messing around with different stave inserts and different stave profiles that we could put inside the barrel. And when we do that, we're just adding more levers of flavor. And so now we have about 14 different stave profiles that we add to it. And it's just been a very popular product. And so I'm really excited to have these guys be able to select a barrel. And I think you guys are even in line to select another one. Relatively
well, you're letting the cat out of the bags. Yes, that's the hope. Yeah, I wanted, listen, I wasn't on the pick, and I love.
You gotta come, Todd.
I'm coming. Don't worry.
Oh, he'll be there. Don't you worry. He'll be there.
I was really
bringing Andy Bubble, bobblehead.
I have one. I should have brought that pick you missed on Friday, but I really wanted. I love the double oak rye. I love your double oak bourbon as well, but the double oak rye to me is just something I was hoping the pick team would pick. Now, take me back that day. You were down to a bourbon and a rye, and 2 of the pick team liked the bourbon, 2 of the pick team liked the rye. And Andy, you were the deciding factor.
Correct.
You picked the bourbon. Why? Tell us why.
I mean, in my heart of hearts, I knew you wanted a rye, so I decided to go the opposite direction. And that's all I needed, was to know that. As I said, I literally said, WWTD, what would Todd do? And then I picked the opposite, and that's why I think we got a good one. Honestly, I'll tell you, that thing, it just spoke to me, and everyone said it would. Now, I want to say, I want to be very upfront. We were all in agreement. No matter which one of those 2 came back, we were thrilled with them because they were that good. So that was what was so amazing about that. There was no wrong pick. I had no pressure on me whatsoever. They were both absolutely amazing. People would have been happy with either one. But there was something a little bit special about that bourbon that spoke to me and the rest of the crew, and we were all really happy about it. and kind of forecasted some of our picks afterwards. We'll talk about that later too.
And Andy, when Nancy Fraley jumps in your chat and says she's super interested in this pick, I mean, well, now that's putting a little bit of pressure on us to make sure this thing
is Nancy. What's happening?
Nancy's the greatest, and
she sure
yeah.
is.
So Nancy will make sure you get a bottle of that for sure, no doubt about it. So
good
quick,
stuff.
I think this is important. I remember you coming back from this. You know, we've gone on a few picks now, and I remember you saying what a great experience the pick it was for you guys to go out to Pursuit and have Kenny and Ryan there. Kenny, Ryan, I guess when you guys have done all the picks for your patrons and your podcast before you started Pursuit Spirits, I guess you're trying to replicate what you liked about going on barrel picks for your own barrel picks. I assume something similar we heard for the Bourbon Junkies with Ever North. You're really trying to make sure that experience is what you liked about what you do in your barrel picks. I assume that's what happens, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had done, gosh, I want to say upwards of like 300 plus barrel picks at that point, and
unbelievable.
I mean, we're spoiled. Like, don't get me wrong. Like we've had it pretty good. We got in a good time where, I'm actually putting together a slideshow to be able to build for our new whole shebang experience when we move downtown on Whiskey Row, and it has me kind of jogging some memories and going back in the archive books, and I'm pulling group pictures from back in like 2017, 2018, when we were doing a ton of barrel picks back then, even back to 2016. And, we got in a really good time, and it was really easy to go and do that. And we always looked at what we thought was really the best experiences at a lot of these different distilleries. And most of them are not structured. They allow you to kind of like, you have like this whole idea of like, do you have something that's like very narrow and focused, or do you just kind of like let the wind fly? And you got to find something that's like right in the middle that kind of like keeps the guardrails on, because it's easy to kind of just like forget about what you're doing because you're having a good time hanging out with friends and enjoying what's in front of you. But we wanted to try to find something that we thought was a really good experience for us and what we always liked. And there's two experiences that I think stand out above anything else. And one is, going around with Drew over at Willett when we still go do a bunch of barrel picks, and being able to just take a DeWalt drill and just drill into barrels. And then you'd have to use your memory and figure out what was that I liked, or I'm sitting here taking notes on my phone of which one it was. And then the other one is obviously Four Roses. I think Four Roses does a phenomenal job, because you get to try a bunch of different recipes. You get to, well, I don't know if you get to anymore, but you used to be able to feed from the barrel and everything like that. So things have changed a little bit from that perspective. But, we're taking a blend of those two. We wanted to find something that was truly unique, truly different, where you got to have a really, really just fun time with it. It's very casual, very laid back. As Andy can tell you, we didn't give you a notepad and a piece of paper and make you sit down at a table. We can do that if you want. But most people prefer just kind of like a laid back one where you can taste right away and be like, okay, I want to go back to 2 and I want to try 4 again. And then you can do them side by side. And by doing that, you just kind of all together as a democracy, come together and try to vote on a better barrel, the best barrel of the group.
See, Todd, I told you that's the way to do it. These note taking people, like we just went. No offense to Anthony, who's on the stream coming up soon, but
copious notes.
Ironically, I was a little intimidated that Anthony was like taking such copious notes. I had to jot some stuff down. I'm glad I have it now for tonight because it was so long ago. But
I think it's really interesting. We have people like Corey and other people saying, I've never had a Pursuit double oaked, bottle, and I can't wait. So that's the great thing. And Kenny, there's groups that you can reach out to people who haven't experienced your expressions yet. I love that we can bring that to somebody who's never had a double oak bourbon from Pursuit, and they're so good. The rye, hopefully next we'll come back and get. That's a great thing, I think. It's so cool.
Oh yeah, I mean that's, as a small brand, it's the best thing that we could ask for, because our goal is to not expand distribution as much as possible. I mean, we're going to have to just a little bit, but we want to make sure we kind of reel it in, and we don't want to overextend ourselves. And I mean, we're already stretched pretty thin as it is. And so the more states you go to, every state is just like having another wife. That's just more conversations and paperwork. Well, I mean, I guess wives aren't paperwork, but it's just more like
they can be.
I guess technically it is a little bit of paperwork at first, but then after that, it's a lot of back and forth and changing money, right? So it kind of is like having another wife.
Oh yeah, every Tuesday I have to see my wife. My second wife, that is. Polygamy, it does not work. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I want to bring up the rest of the pick team, but two things I want to get to you, Kenny, before we get into more of the pick. Unfortunately, we don't have in front of us tonight. Is you mentioned it earlier. You're moving to a location on Whiskey Row, and that's got to be super exciting for not only you but all the fans of Pursuit that can, I guess, more easily, get to your location amongst all the other ones on Whiskey Row. How's that coming? And I don't want to put you in a time frame, but it's soon, right? I can tell from your social media posts, it's coming along quite nicely.
Yeah, I was actually going to drop some new pictures tonight. We've got a Facebook group called Pursuit Parlor, and I was going to drop some new pictures. I was going to drop some new pictures in there tonight. Did a walkthrough again today. I was there pretty much almost every day last week as well. I've got some other work I'm going to do there this week too, because I'm a networking nerd and computer geek, and so I'm actually wiring up everything and installing security cameras and all that sort of stuff myself. But we got our final, well, hopefully final, but it was an updated release schedule of events, and so we're looking like mid-July at this point. So it's I can't for certain say a date because things can definitely change, but right now it's looking pretty good for mid-July.
No, that's fantastic, because I know that we had discussed the possibility, if the demand is there and people are loving the bourbon as much as we think they are, coming back out like we talked about earlier, and maybe grabbing rye, maybe another bourbon. We'll take best man available, whatever's up. But we can't wait to see the new facility, because
will picks be there, or will they be will the picks be at the Whiskey Row, or will you have them back at your location where you're at now?
This is the beauty part. It's up to you. It's kind of you've got different ways that people want to experience this. We've got some people that we know who have, like me, have been on 300 barrel picks, and they would just say, let's go to Whiskey Row and just bring some samples and we'll just drink and figure it out. And then other people want to do the whole barrel experience. And so that's really up to you at the end of the day. You get to tell us what would you like to do as a part of this, because we're only 5 minutes away from each location. So it's real easy to get to.
That's great.
A question from Kenny, for Kenny in the chat from Corey. Did you see the surge coming for private barrel picks requests, and how long did it take to build up that demand for them? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it took off pretty quickly, but it also, it needed a little, I guess, nurturing, I guess is the best way to be able to say is, you've got your folks that do tons of barrel picks. Sealbox is a great example. We've got a great relationship going over there. And so, they would buy a pick and it would get to people. And then all of a sudden, like, the gears would start turning. People would be wondering, how can I get in with this? And so, so the pipeline is being built up. We're, I think, pretty much done with being able to do single barrels until I think it's September, maybe August. We're not far away from having to be able to open it up again. But
this is the blend.
Exactly right.
It's one of my favorite blends of last year. I don't have much left, but God, I'm drinking it now. I absolutely adore this blend that they did. What was it, a 3-barrel blend, or what was that? Do you remember, Kenny?
I think it was a 2-barrel blend. It was two different staves they put together and got 2 barrels for it.
I call it a Heath bar in a glass. It's just
Yeah, but I mean, it's stuff like that. It's like, you get your first hit of crack up of double oak, and then all of a sudden you want to come back for seconds and thirds, and we're all about it, right? That's
we're happy to come back for seconds.
The last thing is I want to mention before we bring up is the P Club, your club that you've just launched. Tell everybody about that. Is there still openings? Can people still join up?
Thank you for pitching that as well. This was something that again, going back to that idea of we don't want to go in further distribution than we can, or that we have to. But instead, what we want to do is we want to give you access. We want to give you access to our already existing products, as well as we're going to be coming out with a new product every single quarter. That was pretty aggressive of actually doing that, because now we're on quarter 2 and we realize that we're already playing catch up, but we've already got Q3 in the works. And so we're already kind of a little bit ahead of that one. So that's the good part about it. But what P Club is, it is a direct-to-consumer subscription model, $150 a year. You can go sign up, and that covers free shipping. If you're local and you want to come to pickup parties, you can do that. But you can have your own customizable cart. So you're only obligated to do 2 bottles per quarter, and you actually have the opportunity to skip. So if you're like, well, I bought 8 bottles last quarter, I can skip this one. Sure, go ahead. But you will have things that all come from our Pursuit United lineup, as well as our new Melwood Legacy collection too. So we're just
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're just running on all cylinders right now, and so right now we're sitting at like 525 members.
Wow.
We built that up really, really quickly. My goal is in the next probably 3 years to get that to about 5,000.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's really
There
great.
you go.
Well, you've got you know, the more people you reach, people get excited. They spread the word. Dave's PA, a new to 21090 Todd tonight, said formerly from a Montgomery County, but said the double oak bourbon and rye top notch single barrels blow the doors off. I mean, and I'm with you on that. I think they're fantastic, and you know, it doesn't hurt to have a killer pick team with you.
That's true.
So I can before we bring them up, Todd, hold on. No, don't get excited. I didn't have time for a video, but
dang it.
This is the pick team. That's all of us hanging out there at Pursuit. There's the Motley Crew. You know, you got Chris, Anthony Peters, myself. You got the boys from Pursuit sitting right there. Robert on the end, and then in the middle of that happy face is Diamond Dave Oglesang, who's just awesome. So
it doesn't look cold at all in that picture, does it?
No. See, it was just a warm spring day, and I don't know if you've seen this or not, but this is the end result with all of us here. For those who didn't see it, there's Diamond Dave's double oaked in honor of Diamond Dave's first pick. You all made it. Even Funko Todd made it there. You can see his little head sitting there on Kenny's shoulder.
Love it.
So that's good stuff. So let's bring up a few of the crew. First and foremost, the man, the myth, the legend, who near and dear to our heart, and it's named after him. Dave, what's going on, buddy?
Dave, there he is.
Hey, everyone. Hey,
Dave,
Kenny,
how are you, man? Are you excited this single barrel's finally coming out? Your first ever pick?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Can't wait.
Well,
what a great experience it was, and having Kenny and Ryan both there just added to the experience, and it was just awesome.
That's great. And
Kenny,
Dave is one of the most generous people in Whiskey Tube. I think he's probably giving out more samples to all of us around this wonderful medium than anyone I know of. And so, Dave, the fact I could not believe it was your first pick. That's what surprised the heck out of us.
Now, living proof of just how cool this community can be, which is really, really awesome. Another guy we call the Palette. This guy, if he likes it, then you know it's damn good. He loved it, so that's great. So let's bring Anthony on board.
Cheers, buddy.
Anthony was Chris couldn't make it tonight, so we're going to replace Chris with Robert and his better half, Katie. We're going to bring them on up. What's going on, guys?
Glad I can be a replacement.
Who finally made it back to Pursuit Palooza, which was herring in itself, but great to have you guys.
So before we go around, I'm gonna do the 20-second spiel for each of you. Just give us a little bit of a overview of your experience. It doesn't even have to be all about the whiskey, just what it was like to be out there hanging out with Kenny and Ryan Pursuit in Kentucky. Just give us a little bit about what you remember most and what made it so special. Or you can just leave if you want there, Robert. There you go. Come on back.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'll let you go first. Now it's on you then. Go ahead, buddy.
All right. And I quite enjoyed being Dave's chauffeur throughout that pick. I tell you, that was definitely one of the most interesting barrel picks I have done. Both for the idea that I had to buy snowshoes to go do it, and just like literally every single barrel was substantially different than the next. It was crazy. We've been on those barrel picks where like one is like, well, this is an absolute no. Literally, every one of us at one point had our favorite barrel, and so we had to communicate between ourselves to narrow it down to just two. And then we just stared at at Andy like, well, your choice now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so, Andy went with it.
And I couldn't have made a bad choice, but another person you got to make sure you're keeping happy. So Anthony, tell us a little bit about your trip out to Kentucky with us.
It was a great experience. Y'all really know how to show us some love. So we had a really good time at the distillery. They treated us just fantastically, letting us dip back in and out of those barrels to really make the right decision. Then afterward, we had some good dinner, and then we had a good bottle share. It was just a good time. So.
It definitely was. And then, of course, we'll go back to, I know you said a little bit, but the man, the myth, the legend, Dave. I couldn't believe it was your first, but your first barrel pick experience. What did you think?
It was fantastic. I got to show Todd too. My first double oaked was the steel box one, and I got about as much left as you do too.
There you go.
Well, Dave, let me ask you this. I remember the day of that pick. When you're down to the final ones, you're like, listen, it's split. It's up to Andy. You were on the bourbon side? Is that what was your pick? The one out to one?
Yeah.
What did you like about that single barrel? What was it about, if you remember back then?
From my notes, all I remember really was it was sweet and savory, and we were saying it'd be great with barbecue, and it was a little off profile because there was a little bit of citrus in it, but then you still got the brown sugar too. But I knew I was on the right side because Anthony was on the bourbon side too.
So Kenny, let me ask you this: a lot of people, Anthony and Andy, also said there was a bit of a Andy, I don't want to speak for you two, but a barbecue or smoky quality to the bourbon. Is that the stave? Do you remember what stave was? I guess it
was actually the sweet shop stave. Yeah. So it was called the sweet shop stave. I think it was a medium toast, medium char barrel. But it had, so when I said it forecasted, Kenny, ironically, the next day I drove out to Frankfurt and I did a pick with Dave Meyer at Glens Creek. And I couldn't believe, maybe it was just because of the bourbon we picked at Pursuit, but I got another one in the same profile that was off profile for him at Glens Creek. And I was like, our crew's either going to hate these or they're going to love them. Like we were like, I don't know where we're going to go with this, with the Glens Creek being a little bit heavier in the smoke, but this one had more of those barbecue notes and not in an off-putting way at all, because they were balanced out with these beautiful citrus notes that kind of came through, like almost like a grilled pineapple. And I know these things kind of sound crazy, but they came together so well. And then you had your traditional beautiful sweet bourbon notes all kind of coalescing into this like magical elixir. I'm like, God, this is good. It was just really, really good. And it was different than anything I think any of us had really had before. And it was a no-brainer. Like, we have to try it. We got to present this to people because it was just that good. So that's what I really remember from the juice standpoint. From the experience standpoint, like I said, I mean, we had a blast. The pick team was great. They got along well. They deliberated well. There was no egos in the room. Everybody was going to be happy with whatever we walked out with. Kenny and Ryan, whatever questions you want to ask. Whatever you want to try again, 3 times, whatever. Let's make this thing happen. They weren't rushing us out the door. I mean, they greeted us at the door and said, come hang out. And just the whole thing from start to finish, outside of the temperature, was perfect. And so, I mean, I couldn't have been more grateful. I think the team feels the same. It was a killer time out there.
It was. Yeah.
That's what we're here for. Good memories, good bourbon.
All right. Well, it's dropping this Friday, guys. We're hoping it goes quickly. And then, Kenny, we're working with what's the girl's name, Andy? Was it Sarah? Sarah, yeah. Sarah. So we're working on a date to come out, hopefully, to get another one at Rye. So we can't wait. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to come in and picking such what it seems to be a very unique single barrel from you guys. So we're super excited.
I mean, it's right back at you. I can't thank you all enough for the support and being able to continue to sing the good praises of Pursuit and what we're doing. It's as a small company, as a small brand, this word of mouth marketing and word of mouth just sharing is what we need to continue to grow. And so thank you so much for you being able to be, again, supporters of us and helping promote what we're doing. And thank you everybody on the pick team that came and selected one. I know it's a long drive, especially in the middle of winter, to be able to do that. And it wasn't the most optimal conditions, but heck, we made a good time out of it.
When all those factors aside don't even make a difference because you had that much fun and you're surrounded by good people, it doesn't matter. And so that's a tribute to you, to Ryan and your staff for doing what you do. So keep it up, because it was awesome. And for making a small channel like us feel like we have 1 million subscribers, we appreciate that right back at you, because it was a blast. Last question for you, Kenny. Uh-oh. If we do come back in the fall, do you think our pick will probably not be as on par if Todd comes? And should I leave him at home?
We have some big roll-up garage doors, so if you just end up disagreeing, you can just kick them out, and then we can play them.
Okay, good to hear. I just want to make sure we're playing this safe, because you don't want to mess with the recipe for success. So I just wanted to just put that out there. So
call a last second audible and see what happens.
We can do that. We can do that. Now, Kenny, we appreciate you very much, my friend. Thank you. You're free to hang, but you're free to go. I know you're on a tight schedule, but everything you've done for us and for everybody else, thank you.
We got it, guys.
Sincerely appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for the bus ride.
Cheers, brother. Thank you very much.
A long applause. That's a long applause. There you
That's
go.
a very long applause. No, what a good guy, man.
Oh,
So, guys, this is coming out this Friday.
Finally, I mean, it seems like it's
finally. It does seem like I think Dave
forever.
was getting a little upset. He thought we were punking him for a while, like Ashton Kutcher. Like, you know what? You guys put me on a sticker, and everything else is coming out afterwards. And I think he was getting a little upset. But you know, good things come to those who wait.
it does. Yeah.
I think
what got
It
me
could
a
be
little
worse. I mean, you know what Marcus went through with his 1792 pick.
Oh, that was
That's
over
true.
a year,
Right.
It was over a year, and they
Over a
lost
year.
one of the barrels.
Oh, dear. That's tough. But
Yep.
we're glad. Dave, you were saying what got you worried?
Oh, no, I was just saying that, you know, I went on a second barrel pick to 13th Colony, and they actually like dropped the barrel that day, and we were
so
able to
you're-
order the bottles in like
Oh.
within 2 months or 3 months at the most. We got the bottles already.
Oh, so you already have your second barrel pick. You already have it, actually.
Right. Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, yeah. Well, did they put you on the cover? Were you on the Tater
No,
sticker?
no.
All right. So
No,
let's
no.
I mean, come on now.
But
No.
I also wanted to say, though, you know, most people here know that I am not a rye guy, but I would have been very happy with that rye
Yeah.
pick. I was just pulling for the bourbon, but man, I'd been really happy because that was just phenomenal.
I think we were unanimous about that. There was no wrong answer. I really probably would have been sweating bullets if I thought that I was going to make a horrible mistake going one or the other. But they were both so good.
We know we had whittled down to the best rye versus the best bourbon.
Yeah.
When every time
Yes.
somebody would re-thief it to get a small sample for themselves, there was Ryan over there going, more.
More.
Fill it up again.
It's like, I'll feed you, little bird. Just give me a second.
I know Kate's sitting there, and I know Kate's a rye girl, and was
Yeah.
hoping for the double oak rye. I'm surprised, Robert, she let you back in the house when you came back without a rye.
I know.
I'm just sorry for that.
I promised her a new car. This was not the way I intended it, but you know, she did get a new car today.
I'm going to say something since Katie's here. I have to say this because I remember standing there, and there's 4 guys right there. There's 2 barrels to pick. I'm odd man out, and I remember I said, Robert, which one do you like better? And he said, well, Andy, the bourbon is really good. It's really good. But if
Kate's gonna punch me,
Kate's gonna kill me if I
exactly.
and I watch him just kind of shimmy over to the right. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. So, and Chris was a little lonely over there, so it was fine. So they joined each other and they were hanging out. But there was something about that bourbon that even Robert will tell you, damn, it was good. So
every time I tried it, it gave me some different notes. And when you said barbecue pineapple, I'm like, I remember that now.
That's so funny. Gotta say, what's up?
My warmed up by barbecue some pineapple.
George in the house. That's my twin right there, George, my boy. I love you, brother. Thank you for hopping on, man. I miss you. Just telling you, I miss you, brother. No, it was killer. It was a great time.
It's great.
In fact, since George is here, I'm going to put him on the spot. Fraternity brother of mine from college and one of my best friends in the world, love him to death. And there's I just saw where was Lancaster? There's Chris from Lancaster. Guys, if you're close, even if you're not close, another plug. Come on out July 19th, man, to our Rock the Rickhouse event. We are going to have a hell of a good time. We've got K. Luke. We've got Corbin Cash. We've got, of course, the boys from Old Line. We'll talk about that pick. And we got Jay from Share Pour Take and producer of the Reveries, which is we've got 2 picks from there too. So come on out, man. Come on out. We would love to see you, George. I'm gonna put that on you, brother. Come on out and see me, man. I miss you.
Patrons, the link's up for free, and it's going to soon go out to the Quarter Deck Club Old Line. So we are capped at 125, and we're already at almost 80.
Yeah, so get out, and it's free. It's free. Watch from Vegas. Drew, come. How's it going, man? Win some money. Don't lose anything. But so
we'll be talking about this.
We'll be talking Rock the Rickhouse more as we get closer. We can't wait for that. But in recent stuff, this thing is dropping on Friday. So the tiers have been put up today. The schedule will be released by Todd, and I'll be helping man some of that troubleshooting. I think Todd, you leave when? When are you?
I leave Thursday for vacation, so I'll be on vacation. Hopefully, everything goes well. If it doesn't, it's all because of Andy.
Actually, he can actually say it this time. It'll be my fault. So he can actually. Well, even if it's not, he won't be there to troubleshoot. So it doesn't really matter. So I'll have to take responsibility. So that's fine.
Anthony, real quick, you wrote copious notes on this pick, and it's a shame we were hoping. Listen, this was supposed to be released last week. It's been delayed. The reason why that is, and just for full transparency, for some reason, the pick here from Pursuit has to go through Prestige LaJoy here locally, and that's something we don't usually have to have happen before it gets to shared port, and it's been sitting there for a while. So we're at the mercy of Prestige LaJoy. It's finally here. We don't even have we were supposed to have our bottles today, and we don't. So
they should be here tomorrow. We'll get the official tasting notes up.
Everything up soon.
Anthony,
I want to say Anthony's notes because I know he takes tons of notes. Anthony, do you have them still from that original pick?
Oh yeah.
Help us. What does Nance? What is the palette Anthony have for the notes here?
That's pretty simple, similar to what people have been saying so far. Okay. So on the nose, and keep in mind these notes actually didn't stay static because at first, remember, we were in a cold Rickhouse and that whiskey was not warm. So that, I had to put a little bit of attention to detail to warming up the whiskey in my hand, make sure it actually gets to a temperature where I can get it where, at least to 70 or something, so people or I can get an idea of what it's going to be like and how I would drink it. And at first it didn't even it was really kind of interesting, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it, so I just kind of put a pin in it, and then we tasted through all the ryes, and then I came back to it, and it just was one of those ones I kept coming back to. And what I settled on for the notes was I got a really distinct kind of barbecue note. And it kind of was a little bit of cherry and a little bit of pineapple, specifically on the nose. There was just a very distinct kind of barbecue, tropical cherry pineapple thing. And then when you get in the palate up front, it was very kind of reminiscent of the kind of experience you would get on a Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, or maybe a Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit, or not even I would say Russell's Reserve Single Barrel, more appropriate. But regardless, that citrus cherry kind of caramel flavor. But then once you got into it, it had this kind of grilled stone fruit kind of thing in the middle, and then towards the end it got that tropical, really lent into a little bit of that tropical pineapple, almost kind of a Hawaiian barbecue, if anybody's had that kind of experience. Caramel, and then a nice oak on the background, and then the finish was just a nice citrus and brown sugar. It just
so it's a bit of a layered whiskey.
It's definitely
I fell in love with it because initially it was actually leaning towards the double oak rye, but every time I came back to that bourbon, I just discovered more. I was like,
it was complex,
quite good.
Dave, the same for you too, Dave. I mean, for you, I know you're more of a bourbon guy, but were there other bourbons you were trying during the pick that maybe you were up against this one that we ultimately picked?
No, this one definitely was the best bourbon. Yeah. And it, just like Anthony said, every time we tasted it, it just got better and better. It was phenomenal.
Beautiful. I love it.
So I think the right decision was made. So but it was.
I have yet to taste this pick. You didn't bring home any samples, and we don't have them yet. So,
and in my defense, the guys know it was crazy too. Trying to maneuver, get over there, get back. It was just the whole day felt like a blur with this little pocket of just intense whiskey tasting stuck in between. And it was just, it was great. It was awesome. But I think you guys are going to love it. I really do. And I will say this, there were so many people that read the tasting notes, and I'll just be very upfront about this, to the OCD pick. They were like, that's a little off profile. I don't know if I'm going to love it or not. And everyone who tried it just absolutely fell in love with it. And in fact, David Souza, I was with Mark Schogel. We were out in Vegas. I brought him a sample of it. And he said, I'm not the biggest bourbon guy in the world because he's, as you know, he's a huge rye guy. But he makes bourbon. He said, this is the best bourbon I've ever tried in my life. And that was the OCD. This pick from Pursuit has some profile notes that are reminiscent of the OCD, but backed with a little bit more of just a strong, firm bourbon backbone, which just, I think, makes it that much more of just a killer pour. So, I'm beyond excited about this. And I think the pick team was spot on in their choice. We were all pretty unanimous about the two we wanted to go with for the finals, and then the last one, the bourbon, we were happy with. So this is going to be great. We're excited for it. So
And that bottle share afterwards was one of the best I've been to.
Oh,
that was
goodness.
fun. that was a blast.
I keep looking at the picture. I took a picture of all the bottles there. We must have had 40 or 50 bottles, and they were all
I
bangers.
can actually show you the bottles. Hold on, I do have that.
And Robert W says he's new to this channel. He said, "I thought there was music." So
well, there is music. We do play music.
I can play something real quick that would be sort of.
Well, hang on the music for a second, or play something, whatever makes you happy. Todd aims to please. Whatever you ask for, he'll do. Just don't ask him to take his clothes off. Let's see.
Or
I don't want that. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Come on. You know what this is?
I have no idea what you're playing.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it.
All right, I'll get fast.
There we go.
All right, there's some Diamond Dave.
Shoot, where I'm trying to find this thing here. Hold on.
Are you even a fan of of Van Halen or no?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
All right, I've got the picture. I'll send it. I've only got Todd's. Number.
Yeah, that's all you need. So send it to me. What is your favorite David Lee Roth Van Halen or solo David Lee Roth song, Andy? I'm curious.
My favorite David Lee Roth song?
More of a Van Hagar. Oh, look at that. But I'm just curious what your favorite David Lee Roth Van Halen song is.
My favorite David Lee Roth Van Halen song. I mean, it just sounds so generic, but it's either "Running with the Devil." I love that song. But I'm a sucker for "Jump" in Panama, and that kills me because it's almost like saying "Sugar" for Def Leppard. But they're iconic for a reason. They're just so good. Right. But they have a great catalog.
Andy, I'll send you this picture.
Yep. All right, let me get this. So here's Anthony. He took these when we were on the pick together. Let's go through these. There's the barrels that we were sipping through. We had a bunch of them. We got a chance to taste. There you are, Robert. There's Robert and Kenny.
That rye on the far right was intense.
Oh, it was great. There you go, doing a little sipping right there. There we got a little video playing. There we go, interviewing the boys with Todd. You see Funko Todd right there? You see?
I do.
Ryan? Yeah. There we go. We got that little close up there. You can see that. So yeah, we had some fun there. There's Ryan going at that. That was.
Got to beat it off.
Yeah, you got to make sure we're doing our due diligence there. Chris having a good time.
How did you guys go through? Actually, do you remember?
We went through quite a bit.
Was there 8 barrels, 4 of each?
Wow, love it. Love it.
Yours 7 barrels, 3 bourbon
7.
barrels.
Okay,
that's right. That's right.
7 bourbon and okay, all right.
3 bourbon, 4 rye.
Yep. And great time. We were wrapping up here, and then we ended up going. So here's some stuff that was. I actually brought those back too. I think Todd has them at this point.
Right here.
Yeah,
right here.
I got both of those.
Yeah,
too.
I gave it to him to try, and he never gave them back. So
no, you're not getting these back. Absolutely not.
There's our bottle share. Look at all those
we're
bottles.
We're 5 people.
For 5 people, and we did some damage. We had a blast.
Yeah,
so
it was a stumble back to the hotel room for sure.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yes,
that was fun.
Corey. If I was there, they would have had it gone through 11 rye barrels. But hey, there's always next time, and we're coming back for another one. As long as this one sells good. If it doesn't sell, I guess we won't be going back.
How are you still standing? Luckily, all I can say is we thank you for Uber and thank you for electronic room keys, and we all made it back, and we were in good shape. So
there you go.
Yeah, it was great. But I think we picked a winner. I really do.
If we go back for another one and do a rye, I'm wondering how that will be. I mean, to me, Robert, what do you think? You're a huge Pursuit fan. Do you think they're more well known for their double oak ryes? I assume.
I mean, any whiskey company in the United States is going to be better known for their bourbon than their rye, but Ryan is more proud of his rye blends than he is his bourbon blends. He likes his ryes more than he likes his bourbon. So I'll just go off on that statement and go, I really do appreciate the double oak ryes are really good, mostly because it is, they're different than a your conventional double oak rye.
Right.
Like compared to like a Sagamore, you can't. It's so much different than that.
In a good way.
So let me ask you a question then to the pick team. We got everybody up here. Sans Chris.
Chris, yeah.
And I don't need to ask Todd because he'll probably disagree with me. But if we were all to go back, would you want all ryes or a mix again? And if a bourbon prevailed as the best one, would you pick a second bourbon?
That cigar stay profile bourbon is fantastic.
Oh.
So if they have one of those, we had one that was the first barrel over there, and we all agreed that, man, if this was a few months later, maybe another warming cycle, that thing would be the best one on the lineup. But it just wasn't there yet. It's like you caught that fish that was just a little bit, below legal limit. Well, it's not your time yet, buddy. Back you go.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that specific one had some kind of that one was kind of tannic, it had a lot to love, but there was something where it's like it just needs some more time or something. I have my notes on that one too.
Yeah, and I agree. I think a mix is what I would go mix. I would again, and I like just going after what we thought was the best one. And sometimes I think if you have your heart set on something, you kind of bias yourself. And so this team did a great job of just going in. Look, I went in with the preconceived notion too that rye was what we had to walk out with. So the fact that bourbon,
I was on the threat of violence.
Yeah. Well, you had to. You had no choice. That's called marital bliss, my friend. But I think that's the beautiful thing about these picks is sometimes the barrels will change your mind all by themselves. You don't have to sit there and say, "Oh, I know what I'm going to pick," because you really don't. Like that. Even when we went to Evernorth, everyone's like, "Get the Sagamore, get the Sagamore, get the Sagamore," because since it's right in your backyard. It didn't happen because it was great, but it wasn't the one. Like that one will talk to you. And I think that's an awesome
idea for a tater sticker if you brought the Sagamore home.
Yeah, we did. I love. In fact, speaking of tater stickers, we'll drop that too in a minute for that old line pick. We're about to talk about that in a second. That just happened this Friday. So
I should have. If I went to that one instead of going to Pursuit Palooza, I'd still have my car.
Exactly.
Do you want to tell that story or no?
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't know how many people are on the live to listen, but yeah, on the way back from Pursuit, we ran through an oil slick on I-64. A couple other people. I ended up with with my car on its roof. That was fun. We hit an embankment, kind of offset, probably around 40 miles an hour. Spun it around, kind of went up the hill and then up and over and landed on our roof. And the only thing I got to show for it was a little bit of a burn on my shoulder.
Man, you had a guardian angel on your side, brother. That's for sure.
I tell you, Volkswagens get a lot of hate for their unreliability, but they are safe freaking cars.
No, you're just lucky. That's someone's watching out for you, my friend. That's good stuff. Well, not good stuff, but it's a cool story since you're okay. So that's right. Anyway, guys, any last words about this? We're gonna start to shift gears here and start talking about a pick that I wasn't on. Of course, Anthony's at everything, so he's Thank God I've done a couple by myself, where Anthony may be on more 21090 picks than I've been on, which is kind of crazy. So we'll have to.
True. That is very, very true. There it is, right there. Anthony, do you still have some of your sample of that left?
Of course.
All right. Dave, did you try our American single malt from Old Line, the original one, not the rum, but the regular one? Did you try that or no?
I have not. No.
Okay, so you're not a big single malt.
I'm not
fan.
A big single malt. No, but I hear it's pretty good.
Did you try the rum at least?
No.
Oh, Dave.
Sorry.
Jesus.
I know.
You missed out.
I would like to say though, my favorite Diamond Dave song is "Ain't Talking About Love."
Oh, that's a good one too.
Let's go with that.
And then your Evernorth picks.
Yeah.
Me being a bourbon guy, I loved the rye much more.
Yeah, it was. I did too. Actually, funny thing is Dan liked it more too. He was kind of like, oh, you guys don't want that. I was like, no, we got it. So yeah, those Evernorth picks were killer.
Yeah,
both,
absolutely.
Joe, thank you.
Both really, really good. So.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Yeah, you're blowing our eardrums out, dude.
Sorry about that. I blew my eardrum out.
But thanks for letting me be a part of this. It was my first one, and now that I'm retired, if you need, I'm ready to go.
Well, I got to tell you this real quick, Todd. Hold on. This is a funny story. So last summer, Sharedpore had a group of us go out, and we did the MGP and the Lux Road tour, and it just so happened that Dave was out and about on one of the days that we were there. And Todd and I are very different in the way we approach things. And Todd goes, "Hey man, Dave wants to hang out." I was like, "Okay, cool. Like, what are we gonna go to the bar across the street or whatever? Like, go say hi." He's like, no, he's in the lobby. I'm setting him up. I was like,
stalking you guys.
I was like, have you met him before? He goes, no. I was like, this dude could boil a rabbit in our kitchen. I was like, I don't know this guy. I was like, I'm like, and that's exactly it. Now, he'd never met Dave before either, but he goes, "It's Dave. He's fine." I was like, "Well, you don't know Dave. What the hell are you talking about?"
I knew Dave was just fine. I can tell.
And so anyway, it was just kind of funny because usually I'm over, like, I think too much about these things. Dave walks up, and of course he walks through. I'm like, "Dave!" He's like the nicest guy you'll ever meet. And I was like, "Well, yeah, of course it's okay to have Dave come up." So it was great. So it was, and from there we knew that first one that he came on had to be Diamond Dave's. So
yeah, you let me be in the your live stream that night from the hotel room.
That's right. We did.
That's right.
Yep. That's when I said Todd wasn't as pasty in person as he seems.
It's the camera, Dave.
That was really him just being nice. That's like
I've gotten that before. You're not as Casper in person as you are on camera.
The camera really does take away 3 shades of white.
It takes away. Oh no.
Or add. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, man.
Women of Whiskey, thank you. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Michelle, thank you guys. We still got to get on their channel, Andy.
I would love to, but you know what? First, they deserve a big old rock on. Rock on. Thank you. That never gets old for me.
Well, Andy, nobody has to go away. They can stick around here. We're going to bring up a couple of people who were on the pick on Friday. We'll talk about that. Not to shift gears but
let's talk about this. I can kind of sit back and this is going to sound crazy, but let Todd talk a little bit. That's kind of different for a change. Let's bring up my good friend Mark. Mark, I'm sorry I missed you, man. I'm sorry I missed you on Friday.
Yeah, man. It's a good time we missed you. Hope you're feeling better.
I saw Mark again on Saturday too at Old Line for Fill Your Own Bottle. We hung out this weekend.
You got punished 2 days in a row, Mark. How's that for a double whammy?
The whiskey made up for it.
There you go.
Very funny, my friend. Very funny.
No, actually, it was fun because our wives got together, and that was kind of dangerous, but they had a great time.
That's true. You're right about that, Mark. That is very true.
And tell the missus I said hello. She's a wonderful person too.
We had a blast. Do so. Thank you.
For those of you who don't know just how sexy Mark is in person. Just there you go. There's that sexy animal. Look at him. Well, there's 3 looking guys about ready to take over the town in Vegas. That was we had a blast, and you'll be seeing Mr. Souza right there hanging on the left. He's going to be one of the crew joining us on Rock the Rickhouse from Corbin Cash. We got a bunch of picks from them coming out too. So World 21090's keeping us busy.
Oh, Alec, the bourbon? Yeah, I agree. That's a Green River, 21%. I mean, everybody talks about the rye and deservedly so, but I still think that bourbon was fantastic.
You talking about the junkie business?
Yes.
No, that's well, and I got to tell you, speaking of underrated whiskeys, guys, there are still some left.
I know.
Grab it. This is.
That's crazy.
And I think this is actually just really one of those things where word of mouth just didn't get out to enough people. But for those who have had it, they've fallen in love with it. It's that good. So
good. I mean,
I brought that to a bottle share at Pursuit Palooza, and I brought a full bottle. I did not bring home a full bottle.
Yeah. I told a friend, and he ordered one, and he told a friend, and he ordered one. Yeah, I got an email today. He's like, "That was amazing."
It's listen, I get it. We sort of, I mean, the week before was, Evernorth, and that was a lot of bottles. And so that's great. And we're not huge, so we get it. And we can only buy so much. It's just, I hope people who wanted it got it and are enjoying it as much as me and Andy are.
And then spread the word. Like you said, word of mouth will sell these things out, because this is it's a beautiful pour. And again, Sam and the crew out in Chattanooga were just there. You couldn't ask for kinder people.
Here's the thing. Guys, Friday when you get your Pursuit, now there's 150. Somebody asked about the proof. I don't think we didn't get the proof from them on that. I texted Jay. What is it?
108.
Was it always down to 108? It's always 108. All right, so it's always 108. Never mind. So it's 108.
That's great.
You didn't taste it at 108 though, did you?
No, it was barrel proofed at 108.
Oh, it was barrel proofed at 108. Okay.
Well,
they were all, if I'm not mistaken, they were all within 1 or 2 percentage points of each other.
Within TTB legally saying it's 108.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
It could be 109.3.
Got it. The yield is only 150. I don't know if that's normal. Maybe that's normal for them.
That's a light yield.
Actually, Todd, Dave's just said, how do you get it? If someone wants to put the link to our
Patreon,
it's also in the descriptor for the YouTube. For the Chattanooga, you can put that on there.
Dude, again, we could be more proud of that pick. And anybody, I took over to my brother-in-law's on Father's Day on Sunday, and he's he's into bourbon, but he's not he likes drinking it. He absolutely I left a bottle with him because it was, about this much left. I said, Happy Father's Day. And he was like, oh my God, thank you. He's like, this was the best present I got all weekend. So, we're really proud of it. And look, Hack. Yeah. Oh, there's Hack from Hack and Mac. There you go. I love these guys. I don't want to do it again, but, every Sunday night you guys go live, or it's on the weekends. I know, but guys, go check out Nashville Mac's channel with Hack and Mac. Somebody can put the link there too, but let me pull up Andy. I will post if nobody else is.
Yeah, I just put it up there so that if you want to go to the share pour, that's
what I think some people might do though. Listen, we're dropping on Friday the Pursuit.
Yep.
If you did not stack them, because it's the same shipping.
Yep.
If you didn't grab it, now's your chance. It's kind of like free shipping. Or get your backup then. There was like
waited, damn it.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm probably gonna do it when we order ours. So, I mean, that's the point here. Oh, speaking of this guy, look at him. He put some clothes.
Hey, there's Mac.
Hey.
There he is, buddy. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing quite
well.
What
did I miss?
We just had Kenny on.
You did miss my offer that I offered to you the last time we saw each other in person to take over for Todd. So we can.
I don't know. Me and Mac bonded on Friday.
We had
over your hairstyles.
We had some what bonding? What'd you say?
Hairstyles?
Yeah.
No, not that. What did you say, Mac?
No, I said we did have bonding. I didn't say anything about hair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was great. It was awesome from you. It was a fun experience. Here's the thing I will tell you, and if you want to talk about real quick the old line pick, we had 9 people. It was and Anthony, you've probably been on picks that have had more than that, maybe even. But there was dialogue. I mean, we didn't agree right away on things. And I think we did agree that we didn't want to pick an American single malt. We tried 3 single malts that were not finished, and they were fine. But I had brought our old pick from them, which was an 8.5 year, nothing compared to that. So if we would have picked a single malt, it would have been no bueno, because you would have drank that and be like, well, that's nowhere near what you picked last time. So that was the 3 American single malts that were, I think the highest one was 7 years, maybe. We're off the table. So he said, let's bring out some finishes. They brought, what was it, guys, 4 finishes?
We did 11 total barrels that were new to us, plus your control. And 12. So it was the 3 single malts, then 4 initial finished barrels, 2 port, 2 Madeira. And then we solidified a Madeira. So he brought us 3 more Madeiras.
And then a rum.
And then a rum barrel. Yeah, we did a rum finish just to sort of
make sure we didn't want to go down.
Make sure we didn't miss anything. And then he brought us a sample of our rum, which doesn't count. Right. But I think, all told, between that and the jam that Mac brought, I think we did like 17 different whiskeys that day. It was a good day.
It was a very good day. Here's our pick, Andrew. Look, and
let me see there, Todd.
Thankfully, Anthony. I mean, you can't even see through this. That's how there is whiskey. It's not like chocolate syrup. That is a Madeira finish.
And Todd, I mean, I can only say from all the old line bottles I've bought, picked the whole 9 yards, I knew whatever you guys came back with was going to be fantastic. I mean, that they just, I love their finishes. I did hear there was a little bit of a debate on the port and the Madeira, so you can talk about that. But
true. So I mean, like Christopher David really loved the one port. I mean, I liked it too, but the consensus was the port was a bit over the top in terms of its profile. And I think the Madeira, I mean, some of Mac, you put up a video. I think you're like, I think it's Sherry, a VDN.
Yeah.
So
can I just? I would say, if you go and you have 6 different, someone back me up here.
Yes.
If you have like 7 or 8 different wine finishes, and you're trying to guess, and there's so many,
completely blind.
All delicious, but yeah, it's. I got a little orange on one. I thought it was VDN. I took a reach there, Todd. So
it was not VDN, but it was a Madeira. I don't know if it was.
Although we've had the VDN finish from Old Line before, which is good. We had a bunch.
Ironically, Todd, we had the opportunity to taste it and bottle it the next day at the Father's Day event. They had the VDN barrel that we bottled, and I actually got a bottle of that, and it's great. But you know what? I think some of those ones we sampled on Friday had a little more orange than the VDN finish did.
Well, do you guys? Did you remember what our Madeira finish was? It 3.5? What was the age in the Madeira cask? It was quite. I mean, oh my God.
This is where drinking got to me. So I think I made a mistake. I thought it was a 5-year plus with 3 years.
Yeah, it was. It was like 5 years, 5 years, 8 months in the original, and then 3-4 in the finish. I think I don't know. I wrote them all down, but I didn't bring the sheet with me. So
I'm glad that you wrote the same thing down, because my thought was like, did I get that wrong? Because it might have been a 4 years and change, but if you're reporting the same thing as me,
no, I think you're right. Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm glad you guys didn't pick a port.
Well, you know, it's funny though. You say I gotta say this though. It's funny about the port because first of all, what I originally fell in love with Old Line was because of a port finish from All of You in Drug City, which was to this day.
You and Chris would have fought very hard for the port that Chris
Well, it's funny the way this works out because when you said Chris said it reminded him of All of You, I was like, oh, yes. It's like, okay. But I remember being with Anthony when we were doing the first pick when we did the malt through the night.
Yeah.
And I was like, am I crazy? I'm really digging this port. And Anthony said, this port is outstanding. It's layered. It's just, I think it's glorious. But I don't know if it appeals to everyone because you really got to sit down, dig in, and kind of let this thing kind of evolve. I don't know if it appeals to everyone. And so it made perfect sense because you're not just picking for yourself, you're picking for everybody, and you want that to kind of be taken into consideration. So anyway, while you guys are on here, I couldn't go. I was mad that I couldn't go because I was sick, but I had talked to Todd earlier. I said, Todd, I got this name for the malt because I think it'd be fun. Especially since, you're going to Disney. That's where you saw these guys before, I thought it'd be fun. So you're leaving for your Disney trip. I thought I'd do a Disney themed because we had talked about it. So, so this is the forthcoming pick from 21090. We are excited for it.
Yeah.
So
oh my, is that Joe Graves?
The evil queen with Joe Graves up top there. There is Snow White looking all sexy themselves. And
we're all in that.
So this is
oh my God.
Hey, you look better than Rachel Zegler.
Andy, that may be the best one we've ever done.
So Malt White and the 7 patrons coming soon to you all.
Oh my
God. Oh my God.
Wow.
Andy.
What up?
That might be the best.
Can I have a poster of that?
I know, right?
Oh my God. I'm buying a case. I'm buying a case.
That is so cool.
Joe, you're in that as the evil.
Joe, you're on it. You made it. See? He gives me a hard time. Joe's got the biggest spot of anybody. Look at Joe up there personal.
That's hilarious.
So,
I don't like how I look, but that's okay. Oh my God. Andy,
eyebrows are nice.
Andy.
So I wanted you to see this before you went on the Disney cruise because
tells me that he shits in your upper toilet.
Well, the evil witch probably does.
I might give you an upper decker.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh God! The same thing, man.
Don't worry, Joe. The camera adds about 20 pounds. I said it's okay. Yeah, I thought
giving those out for Christmas, friends. Andy, that may be the best one you've ever done.
You know what? She doesn't want the bottle. She just wants the stickers.
No,
put those on all the presents and scare kids.
You're giving a bottle of it. Oh,
we're gonna have to give her some posters, man. We got to make those things posters. She'll hand those things out to everybody.
Don't you worry. We're gonna have these for sale at the Rickhouse. In fact, I can do a couple pictures, and people, Todd, you can. All of the Patreons can sign there. So, well, it was funny. I was like, shit. I said I want to do Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but there was 8 of them. I was like, how the hell am I gonna do this? And I was like, oh, Joe can be the evil queen. And I was like, that. I said, that is going to work. I said, I already knew who Malt White was going to be, so that was fine.
Mac, you took the pic. Oh, there's that's perfect. George is there.
Awesome.
There's Eric.
And poor Mark. That is actually not. Mark? He's photoshopped in the back only because you can't really tell, but because it was like a floating head. His was so small in the picture of everybody. I was like, I've got to do a bigger picture of Mark. So I gave Mark a bigger picture.
I appreciate that.
So yes, that's
awesome.
That's true, Andy. You gotta who's sleepy and bashful and dopey and all that.
As long as I'm not dopey, I don't care.
No, we had. I almost did. If I had time, I was going to do a video and spotlight each of the guys' faces for one of the dwarves.
That would have been
so. Like I could have had Kenny for George, and I was going to do Tangy for Eric since he had the Wu-Tang shirt on. So
that's right, yeah.
And so if you look there, it says, "Is that Andy's face on my crown?" Yes, there's an I Heart Andy shirt on his crown, which is great. So
wow,
yeah. So
Andy's face on my. I don't know, man.
I am the mirror for you, my friend. That is me. I'm the mirror. So
very well done, guys. I mean, Mac, what do you think of that?
Awesome
Tater
sticker.
That might be one of the. I can't think of a better Tater sticker I've ever seen. That's incredible.
I thought Diamond Dave. I thought yours was pretty amazing. I didn't know where you're going with that, Andy, and well played, my friend. Well played.
This one Todd for sure.
I just gotta say, I mean, look, Todd.
Look at you, Todd. You gotta look hot.
Oh my god. Each their own.
I don't know where you're going.
Burn the picture. Burn the picture.
You have to pick. Where does he look the best? Okay. Is it here?
Oh no. Like Joliet there.
Is it here?
Oh, that one's
Is it here?
I'm in a lot of different outfits here.
Or is it here?
I mean,
the eyebrows.
It's the glasses.
The glasses there, Andy. That's what it is.
I've kind of made him a rock star. Look, there's Todd there.
I'm bald.
We got Todd there.
Go back to one, Andy. I wore that shirt the other day, and my 9-year-old said, "What is that, Dad?" He said, "Is that a whiskey thing?" Because it's 2TEN90's. He's like, "Oh, I know which one you are." I said, "My 9-year-old." Oh, that's Mr. Andy, isn't it? Who's the guy with the fire helmet? That's not you. So, thanks, Andy, for letting my son.
Process of elimination.
Grim Keek. That's real quick.
So in all fairness,
there's Todd and Nelson. Look at this for Todd. Todd. Look at all these great Todd pictures.
I'm sorry.
That was a good bottle.
I'm so sorry about that.
That's a good bottle.
Yeah. Oh, that's not one. Sorry. Let me pull that back down.
Real quick on the Madeira finish. Anthony, what were your thoughts on the Madeira finish? Everybody that was on there, Mac and Mark. What do you guys think?
Anthony first.
Anthony first.
Please, Anthony.
I'm drinking it right now. Are you drinking
me
it
too? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I got it. Look at its color.
Oh God.
Sorry.
It's got this nice, like whenever I drink anything that's, well, not anything, but specifically old line Madeira finishes, I get this kind of mapley quality to the sweetness. It's not really maple, but it's like this viscous sweet, just, really kind of, I don't know.
I think you get that on the finish.
I don't know. It's like, it's just really
Anthony,
nice.
Have you ever baked an orange, Anthony? Like put an orange peel in the oven and baked it until like that tar kind of runs out of it. It kind of crystallizes. Like, try that. It's incredibly good. and that gets a lot of like that Madeira type notes. It's literally like a maple syrup orange thing going on.
So I'm not crazy for thinking orange. Thank you. I did get a little orange on it.
I also get like chocolate covered raisins. I'm sorry, I do. I get like that sort of, that's from the chocolate from the single malt, but I get like that chocolate covered raisins and it's, to me, a great balance between that port that I think was too much and
I'm gonna grab my only Madeira I got.
Some other things that we tried that day. I think everyone's going to love this if you like single malts. And even if you don't like single malts, I think this is a great way to try it. I mean, we can't sing the praises of Old Line enough. And Dave, don't let single malts scare you away, buddy. I think you would like something, unless you don't like finished whiskeys. This is heavily finished. So don't get, I mean, that is, you can tell it's been in the barrel for 3.5 years almost.
Yeah, I mean, this one, we tried the first 4 and we all kind of agreed on one of the 2 Madeira finishes. And then we did another 3 and we picked 2 of those. So we ended up with like A, B, and E that were our final choices. And we blinded those. And everybody went for this one, even though a different B had been the top one before that. And we all kind of talked about it. We looked at it and we're like, you know what? This is bloody amazing. And it's just the complexity, but the overall, just like it did have that hint of citrus in there, which was kind of nice after a lot of the heavier ones that we did, especially the port ones that I didn't really, that weren't my jam. But this one was just perfect. I'm sipping the Evernorth right now, but I had my sample of the pick earlier, and it's even better, now that it's, now that I haven't tasted 11 other whiskeys.
Maybe I'll drop off a sample before I leave so you can have it and kind of just get to know it. And,
I can't wait to try. I mean, I will tell you one thing, and so you're talking these descriptor notes, and the sherry finish ended up landing in Fred Minnick's top 10. The port was one of our all-time favorites from Drug City and Allview. I've had a couple iterations of Madeira. They do fortified wine finished malt whiskeys really well. I mean, I think if you land any of them on different variations of what you like in terms of intense, that's really what you're doing. When you pick up something from Old Line, you're looking for how intense is the fortified wine coming through and how much it impart on the whiskey. Because you're right, Ty, you're always going to get that chocolate covered raisin note in the background and like the backbone, because that's the fortified wine mixing with the chocolate, notes that are coming from the malt. And then you're looking at varying degrees of it, because, a lot of people, you have a port or a sherry or a brandy or, Madeira, like those are aperitifs for afterwards. They're high alcohol content. They're really sweet. And it's a matter of preference. So that's what's beautiful about the way they finish.
I will admit, I'm not much of a port fan. I'm really sensitive to sulfates. And a lot of port finish has that matchbook note, and Old Lines was like, it was just the very end that I picked it up. So I'd say that's, of all the port wine finish things I've had, Old Line does it the best.
We actually got really lucky with this. Go ahead.
I put it well above Owen over there at Angel's Envy. How well
they're really good. We got lucky too. We were talking to Mark McLaughlin while we were picking, and we had asked him about other finishes, and they had a PX barrel and an Oloroso barrel that had just gone in a couple weeks ago, so they weren't ready. And then we asked about the VDN specifically, but that had been pulled for the Father's Day event the next day. So it was just port and Madeira we had to go through. And then we went through, 6 or 7 different Madeira barrels. So, or 5 different Madeira barrels, and we pulled them ourselves. It was amazing, and they were all good.
Yeah,
but this one was just top drawer, and you guys are gonna love it.
And then he went back and got us a rum, which it was a completely different flavor profile from the Madeira and port that we were trying. So I think it shocked a lot about everyone's like palate because of how sweet it was and different from what we've been tasting. I'm glad we didn't go with that though, because I thought the Madeira we were on was the right call. And
how is your rum doing?
Oh, so our rum. That was the rum finish, not the rum. I'm talking. We did a single malt.
He brought us a taste of our rum as well, and it was really good.
It's not. Listen, I think in a year that's
this puppy right there sitting. That's the barrel. Yeah,
that's the barrel. Guys, you remember when he said he filled it with rum? When was it?
It was like a month. It was a month after they dumped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when it was.
So, if you're wondering what Mark, that's
Mark.
Mark right there. If you're wondering what Mark from Old Line looks like, that's him next to Todd sitting there. So that's whoever said Todd's pretty Photoshop-genic. See, he's in all of these. Look,
I am on a lot of them.
Yeah.
I'm and Dave. Oh, the Funko Todd's there. That's all. That's good.
Yeah, I think Kate and I were up there. Mark's like, "Oh yeah, you can come up here and try it anytime you want." I'm like, "It's not my barrel."
No, it's sort of your barrel. Whatever.
Can I say one thing about the this was my first American single malt pick, and I do have a lot of wine finish whiskey like bourbon, rye. The one thing with a lot of the wine finishes that I get sometimes is a drying effect where you need some water like right after. With the American single malt in this situation, I don't need that. It's like a perfect balance, and then the Madeira
caramel chocolate.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so good. Like you're not reaching for a glass of water after this. And this one I think was the one I think we were like, the finish just kept going, which I'm a sucker for finish. It just like, it went into that kind of orange for me. And then it had like a honey kind of nut. And then I get the raisin now. You're saying that, Todd. Anyway, it's awesome.
No, I agree with Todd though. We actually, we got that rum barrel one. We were all like, holy cow, but Eric had it right. He said, well, you guys just ate 6 steaks and now someone brought you a piece of chocolate cake.
Yeah.
So it's very different.
I was
so we all kind of,
that was a big curveball there. I was like,
for a while there, a lot of us were like, oh, dang, that one's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we made the right choice.
We did. Mm-hmm. And then, what was I going to say? I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, Andy.
No, I wasn't saying anything, but I can't wait.
Our rum. So our rum, I think, it's very sweet, but I think, the rum. They have 2 barrels of rum. They have ours and one that Drug City has and All View. That's it. There's no other rum in barrels right now.
Wow.
So
they were typically for a couple of years.
Correct. So we were saying to them, hey, when we were coming in for this pick on Friday, can we maybe try and maybe do a rum pick? And they're like, we don't have it. We've got to get the barrels. So he's like, the only ones we have are yours and Drug City's. So we're like, well, okay. So the good thing is, they're laying more down, but it's going to be a while until their rum picks are ready again. But we have one going already. I'm trying to get.
I don't think they predicted how good they were going to be.
They didn't. That's the thing. I'm trying to get with Jay. I've already talked to Mark. He wants it. If we can get our Buff Turkey Reveries single barrel, up to Old Line, they were going to put rum in it and age that. So we've got a call into Jay saying, because he dumped our Reveries Buff Turkey. There's a spoiler alert that's going to be coming sooner than you guys think.
And it is good.
It is amazing. We're trying to get that barrel up to Old Line to put rum into. And
do they buy the whole barrel from the barrel broker? Because if they did, they can give you the barrel or sell it to you.
They're going to just give it to us.
Yeah, we'll be in good shape.
We have to get it up to Mark. That's all.
Nice.
And so that's something on me and Andy. But how amazing would that be, right?
That's amazing.
I don't think I have not seen a Buff Turkey finish rum.
No, right? Nobody had it. We would have it. How cool would that be?
That's
Anthony,
awesome.
what do you think of that, Anthony?
I'm a little more skeptical.
Yeah.
I mean, there's,
which is a good.
You have to understand. Like I've drank Pappy Van Winkle finished Foursquare rum, and it's not.
But it sat in the barrel for 4 months.
Yeah.
It sat in the barrel for 4 months. This is going to sit in the barrel for like 2 years.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Come on, Anthony.
Oh, he's skeptical. I'm not skeptical. I think it'll be amazing.
Be cautiously optimistic, at least.
Look, if Anthony doesn't,
everybody else does resting.
If Anthony doesn't like it, we're not doing it. All right, we have to put it back. We have to scrap the whole thing. We say, you know what, not happening.
No way.
If Anthony doesn't like it, I'll take his bottle.
I just want to see. I just want to see the Tater sticker. I just want to see that Tater sticker. So
for Buff,
for the Buff Turkey finish.
Oh, Buff's one of my favorites. We're not dropping it yet, but Buff's one of my favorites.
The actual rum, Andy. But yeah, Andy's already got
too.
We have the names for that. There's certain guidelines we have for reveries that we have to adhere to.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
Don't worry. It's still going to be. It's still going to be very 21090-ish. Don't.
I think we're all just afraid of the picture you're gonna. I think we're all afraid of the picture you're gonna do with Todd on that one.
No, I can tell you on the reveries, there's no Todd picture. We wouldn't be allowed to.
They would not allow my mug to ruin his brand. Okay.
All right.
He actually wants to
let you guys go. I'm gonna get some rest.
All right.
All right.
Good hanging
Hey,
with
we appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate all your help, man.
you. Take care.
All right.
Yeah, you too,
Thank you.
Appreciate you, buddy.
All
I'm
right,
proud
so
of you
anyway,
all for this weekend. Again, I am bummed.
I missed you.
Kind of like issue.
No, look, I missed being there. Because it's funny. I have not missed a single pick.
Oh, really?
And so, no, I mean,
oh man,
this is the very first one that, and of course, of all of them, I was like, well, I'm not missing this. I mean, it's right next door. And I called Todd. I was like, Todd, I don't know, I'm going to make it the next day. He's like, you're not coming. I was like, I'm going to be there. Like, I'm going to do everything I can.
There's no way you're coming.
And I woke up and I felt so bad I couldn't get out of bed. I was like, even if I fake it, I don't want to get everybody sick. And my wife would look at me like, you haven't moved in 2 days, and all of a sudden you're going to go drinking at Old Line for like a couple. I was like, this just ain't happening. I was like, I'm screwed. I was like, I cannot go to this thing.
Andy, so, Joe was talking at our pick to Mark about. Do you remember after we dropped our first American Old Line single malt on Malt Through the Night? We had a few left. You went to some event. I was in a meeting. There was some event that Old Line did where you were there and you sold like the last 20 of them to people that were at that event. Mm-hmm. They had some kind of like cider that was amazing that Joe said he loved, and it sold out very quick. Do you know what that was? There was something at that event that was a cider that Old Line did, and he said it was the best thing he ever tasted.
I'm trying to remember too, because and Joe, I know exactly what you're, because it was a cider pick, but it wasn't like a spiked cider. There was something.
I don't know. I don't remember that. I mean, I wasn't there.
It was so good, and both Joe and I said the same thing. We'll just grab it at the end of the day. It sold out halfway through the event, so it was gone.
Cider and the eggnog always sell out in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And then they've got
everybody put real quick because Hack's in the chat. So half of is it Mac and Hack or Hack and Mac?
I love how you still don't know, but thank you. I appreciate this so much, Todd.
What is it?
It's Hack and Mac, but people are getting annoyed. But
Hack and Mac.
Thank you, Todd.
Their new channel. Their new. Come on, give them a sub. Let's get them a sub.
Mac and Bob. The thing.
We're gonna go on their live stream. They're gonna come on ours.
We would love to have you guys.
Let's do it.
Hey, say the word, man.
Sunday nights, or what are you guys going? Saturday nights. What is it?
We typically go Sunday nights. Yeah.
Sunday nights. So Sunday nights, perfect.
Let's do this Sunday, Brett. All right,
let's do it.
I won't be here.
Let's do it.
No, I won't be here. Andy can do it. Andy
can do it. It'll be great.
That's what.
Don't worry. There we go. Let's go. We're on. So this Sunday night.
Let's do it.
I love it. Yeah. And
Andy's not doing it. I hate
you think as soon as he challenges me, like Michael J. Fox from Chicken, go ahead, send it. We'll do Sunday night, and then
give me the link. All right, guys.
You can. Hey, I'm going to ask right. Hold on, Todd. Hold on before you say anything. Todd's gone next week. Brett, do you want to be my official co-host next Tuesday night for Glam and Drams? Would you like?
I'd be honored. I'd be honored.
Well, stay tuned because next Tuesday. Well,
but
Todd's
I don't want to get in the
middle
of anything.
Yeah.
I like to say one thing. If there's one person, actually, a lot of people in this room could.
Well, Racer Toddler is on his cruise. That we are going to. You say hi to Mickey, Minnie, and Daisy, and
I love it. I love everything about it. By then, that Tuesday, I'll be on my cruise, so I'll be in the hum. So
I'm going on a cruise.
On a cruise.
Did you get the drink package?
Disney doesn't do that.
Did you get the drink package?
No, Disney does not do that. We're not the fun.
They don't have. Oh, okay. They don't have.
We're not a bunch of. It's a family organized. It's class here, Mac.
They do have all you can drink apple cider. It's fun. Yeah.
Hack. Andy, you might have started something.
Let's go.
Is now inviting Todd to take my spot.
Oh yes, let's go. Let's go. I won't be here next.
I haven't officially met Hack yet.
You need to.
If you'd like to come up on Tuesday, you can join us as well, because I will change your mind in 5 minutes that you don't. This is the direction you don't want to go in.
Right now. I think this is definitely the direction you want to go. Just look at me.
What?
And right there, you lost all credibility. So
no, come on.
Go with other attributes other than your beauty there.
That's funny.
No, Todd is sex and sass. Let's be honest. He really is.
We would love to have you guys on. Let's do something collaborative. I love the fact that maybe Mac could come in on next Tuesday and you guys can do something fun. Bring everybody up.
Yeah, we'll do it. Awesome. Look, I'll have the boys on then next week. We'll have a great time. I'll consider Hack.
I won't be able to see any of that because I'll be in the middle of the Caribbean Ocean somewhere. So I won't be able to see.
That's the thing. This is like a legit thing. He actually can't sign in. The only way Todd could sign in is he would have to pay for Wi-Fi, which I'm not going to do that. He uses my Netflix.
I'm on vacation on it. Nope. Not happening.
And he had to break away from his wife and kids. It ain't happening. He's actually in a pickle here. He can't come on. This is gonna hurt him a little bit on Tuesday.
You laugh at there, Michelle.
And no
Michelle, you can come on too. I might have a free for all party after a little while. It'll be great.
We'll wrap things up quick here. Any last thing? So for barrel picks, Friday, of course, is the Diamond Dave Double Oaked. Dave, I hope you're excited. We're super excited. I
am for sure.
We have 150 bottles, $74.99 from Shared Pour. Chattanooga's still there. Add that on, free shipping. There's 50 or something left of that. So I'm super excited. I haven't tasted this yet, but I'm assuming it's amazing, and we're super excited for it. If it sells well, we're going back and doing another pick with them, which I think is great because I love what Pursuit does. Yeah. But then after that, we believe it will be the Buff Turkey. So just be aware. We don't know when though, right? That's still.
I would anticipate sometime around the beginning of July is when we're probably. Can't look. Things are never guaranteed, but
by the way,
sooner than you think. And remember, there's two from the Rivers. We have a 16-year Buff Turkey. We got a 9-year bourbon that is just absolutely.
I mean, for the price,
too.
I was drinking, and he said, "Stop drinking it. It's so good." I mean, listen.
Oh yeah, I need to grab those before you take off, so I can just do some notes. I just need to get my notes down for Jay.
I will bring you the Madeira and the other two. Yes, you'll have them all. But at the event on the 19th, and we hope to see all you guys. Dave, I know it's a long drive for you, but we'd love to have you there as well, Dave. On the 19th, we will have for sale, of course. What is it called again, Andy? What is our pick from Old Line called?
Well, maybe you can just read. We'll just let you read it, Todd. Malt White and the 7 Patreons.
Malt White and 7 Patrons. A Madeira finished Old Line single malt. We believe you will be able to pre-order both K. Luke single barrels and also the Reveries 9-year. You'll be able to pre-order that.
Oh, nice.
Hey, look, Brett. If you when you guys do your first pick, all right,
you rock, brother.
I am happy to work on the Tater sticker for you. Guns for hire. You let me know. You pick your theme, your topic. I will. And bonus points if you want me to somehow put Todd's face on something, but I can even do it without. That's fine.
I think we get it.
That would be amazing.
Mac, you've tried Corbin Cash before, right?
Oh yeah, I've got your Has right here.
Yeah. So has Hack tried it?
No. So I don't think Hack's tried it yet.
Oh, Hack has to be. I mean, come on, we've got to get him some.
And especially as a Texas guy, those those flavors, leathery. Yeah.
All right. Well, he's got to get some.
Is the Reveries, is the Buff Turkey a 16 that you guys got? 16-year?
Yeah, 16-year Buff Turkey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nice. Here's the thing. Jay's got a lot of whiskey.
Yeah. And he knows what he's doing. He's every
barrel that he has in that warehouse.
He's a businessman with a good palate, and he knows what he's doing. Let's just say we are really excited to be working with Jay. Because
we have other things on the horizon from him.
There was a time we weren't sure who was going to be our distributor way back in the day when we did the Pour Some Austin on Me, our very first single barrel pick. And Jay took a flyer on us. We called him out of the blue, and we're like, okay, you don't know who we are. Here's our business plan. Here's our marketing model. Here's our idea. We want to sell, this single barrel from Still Austin. He's like,
this
cool.
Is 3 years ago.
If you can do it, awesome. And you have a real plan, you're willing to work, like I'll take a flyer on you. And then we got the count from the boys at Still Austin. Like, we're like, what is it going to be, like 170? And they're like 220. We're like, we're done. We'll never do another single barrel again. Somehow, some way, we got that thing sold out in the weekend. And Jay's like, okay, boys, we're gonna partner up, and it was great, and it's been great ever since. Honestly, the only outside of Bourbon Outfitters for the Evernorth picks, we've done everything with Jay. and it's been great. So yeah, and
killing it.
But no, so the buff turkey, yeah. I mean, listen, it's like I said, I know there's a lot of there's not a lot, but people are saying buff turkey. Jay has gone through and picked all the barrels that we went through, so there is that sort of. And he's got so much. Andy, I mean, were you not impressed with what he had?
All I can say is this, because I don't want to divulge too much, and he keeps things a little closer to the chest too, which I like about Jay. He and Todd would be beautiful as a
We're a bit opposite on that end. But I was bored. I was like, holy.
But we both walked in thinking, because I mean, honestly, Evernorth was tiny. Still Austin was small, and then they've expanded, but watch the growth. Glens Creek is the old distillery, but I mean, he's got an old soy sauce pot hooked up to where he's doing some of his work. Like, I've seen some crazy stuff on these picks. And so going to Middlesbrough, Virginia, I'm thinking, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And when he took us out there, I was like,
Mac, do you know where Middlesbrough, Virginia is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like,
it's
wow.
Wine, it's like Virginia wine. Yeah.
Yes.
Virginia wine country. Right?
He knows his
Horse
stuff.
country.
Yeah. All I can say is he knows his stuff really well. And we were beyond impressed with what we saw. Oh, look. Oh, so Hack knows Christian Wilkoff at Celestia. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So what we should do is, if we ever get down to do, I mean, honestly, listen, our first two picks were from Still Austin.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. We haven't been back. A lot of people have done Still Austin picks. We love that people love. We were on Still Austin 3 years ago. That was our first pick.
Yeah, it was the very first one right there. There it is. The very first Still Austin pick. Pour some awesome.
Should we go back eventually? And if so, Hack and Mac can be a part of that.
I'd love to. If here's the thing, if people want
another pick,
like that's the thing. Like, Still Austin has blown up to the point where it's a lot more accessible than it used to be, and so you have to factor that in. Is the demand there? But the demand is there, and look, we always had that little ace in the pocket of Nancy Fairley saying, "You guys may want to pick this one, go over in these directions." Like that,
go there.
That's what was cool. We, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, because when we did our very first single barrel pick in Austin, I remember Nancy hopping on our stream. There it is. He's got pull that up. He's got the OG. There's the OG.
That's awesome.
Our very first pick.
Anthony, is that how you found us? Or no?
Yeah, I actually got in on your safety case. I missed the actual release, but released the safety case. I'm like, well, I want to give Still Austin a second chance. Tasted it, I'm like, holy crap, they're not awful. That's amazing.
Yeah, and their stuff is great. Like you said, like Hack said, it's gotten so much better. Nancy told us, you guys are going to pick a 3-year bourbon, and in the eyes of your consumers, they're going to be like, 3 years. Remember that Texas heat is going to double that age time.
Yep.
And I can tell you what floor, what Rickhouse, what direction. Like, she had this just vice of a knowledge and where to go. And so I said, hey, Christian, can we go to where Nancy's sending us? And he's like, hell yeah, we're tasting, we're sipping, we're having a good time. And it was actually glorious. And then we came back and said, can we get your first rye? Let's do it. And that's the one where Corey Sawyer here still also was cranking music. I got out of my car and they were playing Pour Some Sugar on Me as I walked out. And I mean, all of these experiences have been just so cool.
So if you guys want us to go back to, I would love to
there. Yeah, we do it.
Maybe a red corn whiskey or a blue corn,
or blue corn.
Yeah, like something different. That's what we like. So maybe we can talk to Christian. We have a really good relationship.
I don't know. Having Hack and Brett, we go out there, and Todd, you'll definitely be in. You can get to Austin, no problem.
No problem. So, real quick, Andy, breaking news. I mean, I don't know who's Hack is now a Patreon member. Hack and Mac are Patreon members. I think there should be something for that, Andy. So now he can get on all these great barrel picks.
Are you setting me
up? I think
you
guys have done way too much.
I mean, Mac, you've been a Patreon member for a little bit longer, but at least Hack's now here. I mean, Hack and Mac are here.
Yeah.
Well, then, to both of you boys, I know Brett well. I'll get to know Hack next week.
Hold on, Hack says they don't do single barrels yet.
For a couple more years. Don't you worry. We'll talk offline.
Come on.
It sounds like you got the Nancy hookup. You guys got the Nancy hookup.
I mean, no, I'm not. We're not name dropping. We got lucky. Nancy Nancy honestly took a liking to us because of our music content. She popped
cool.
on one and she started hopping on. Yeah, so
Yeah.
she's a gifted musician.
Yeah.
And
That's so cool.
she just was. She reminded me like of the female counterpart of Brian Tracy, just so cool and no business hanging out with us. What she did.
That's so cool.
And we were just really lucky that it happened. So, but anyway, to both of you. So Hack now too, and you guys doing this. I'll play a proper thank you. Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the carnival. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the ecstasy. Let's go. Let's go. Do you really want to do this?
I haven't played that in a while. I haven't played that in a while. That makes me happy.
Oh, all right. Well, hey guys,
That's
fun
awesome.
night. Andy, it looks like you and maybe Mac are taking over next week. God knows what that'll look like, but I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah, we'll definitely do it. I'm the class of 91. Oh my God, we're gonna be okay. You're gonna forget about your Todd crush in about 5 minutes. Don't you worry. We're gonna be just fine.
Never happening, Andy. I'm gone for a week. It's not happening. Anyway.
Heck, I'm with you. I'm a class of 91 man myself.
Jeez Louise, we're all getting old. Anyway, this Friday, Dave. Let's put
Wait
on
a minute. You were class of 91?
I was.
This is blowing my mind. And not to do this, but that's a good looking man right there.
What?
And he's actually older. He's actually older than that man. That blows my mind. How is that possible?
Wait, no. Hack, not Mac.
Not Mac, Andy. Mac.
Oh, sorry.
Hack's the older.
He's very easily confused.
Oh, Hack may not be as attractive. Sorry, Hack.
So the great thing is, Hack and Todd share a similar hairstyle.
That's true.
It's all making sense. It's all making sense.
They're both beautiful men, so let me just say that.
That's Mac can say
it's
that.
all making sense now.
Holy moly, I graduated. Yeah, we didn't graduate.
We weren't much further behind you.
Are you guys talking high school or college?
He's back to being a Todd fan. That's why he's so beautiful. All right. So we'll talk online. Hack may not make
Friday night, guys. Friday night, we are dropping our Diamond Dave Double Oak Bourbon from Pursuit. Super excited about it. Dave, I hope you're excited, buddy.
I really am. Just want to say, too, that when you guys come out this way, I'm like 30 minutes from Whiskey Acres, an hour from Driftless Glen, and Jay Henry, and Dancing Goat. They're all within like an hour of me.
So Whiskey Acres, real quick. I got
a cigar batch of Whiskey Acres. It's just fantastic.
They are in the 2025 Lost Lantern Summer Collection, Whiskey Acres. I'll be doing reviews of all of them. This one is very interesting. It's just straight bourbon whiskey. But the first thing I've had from them, Dave, are you a fan of Whiskey Acres?
Yes, definitely.
I like this a lot. So, Andy, I'll give the rest of these samples to you, and you can check them out.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that'd be great. And Dave, I didn't realize you were. How far are you from there?
30 minutes north.
All right. Yeah, that's
Illinois, right?
Yeah. You guys can come over and see my collection if you want.
Oh, your collection. That is epic right there. I may never leave, Dave. I might not leave.
It's an honor to be. So just so for one of the newbies, it's an honor to be on the stream with you, Dave. Nice to meet you here.
Right.
You are the Dave that sends the samples, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is epic.
I subscribe to you.
There you go.
No. I wasn't. Well, I'll take.
I did already.
I've
been watching you.
There you go.
Oh wow. Okay. No pressure. But and then Driftless. You're close to Driftless. You said Driftless.
It's about an hour from me north. Yeah.
Don't they have 10-year stuff coming out this year?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a great place. Great restaurant too.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's good to know.
There's, and you said, how far are you from Dancing Goat?
Less than an hour, I think, or right around an hour.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, here's the good news. I have work in Wisconsin, so I would be happy to do a little tour with you, my friend.
That'd be awesome.
I do have to go. I do have to go back out. Not far from Lake Geneva. but I can
Go.
Yeah, I
It's
can
like
go wherever.
an hour from me.
Yeah, I can go wherever. So, and Madison's not too. I could make a trip to Madison, no problem. So we can maybe make something happen. I like it.
That'd
So
be great.
Yeah, we'll make something happen. In fact, Brett, you can come out too. See, we'll get Anthony come out. We'll get Mark to come out.
Anthony, you're going to Wisconsin, Anthony.
Let's go.
Where's my invite, Andy? Where's my invite?
Your invite's always there. You just have to actually buy the ticket.
Oh.
I think we just need to have a pick set up so we can do something awesome out there with a place we've never been before.
I'd be down with that.
I can tell you, we have an opportunity to dance and go, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Now, I'm biased. I absolutely love Dancing Goat. I am one of a couple of my favorite bourbons of all time and whiskeys. Period have been from Dancing Goat.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about what you'll do with the Tater sticker for Todd with the Dancing Goat label.
Mark, what are you doing?
The half goat, half man.
Now
I mean, you know what the Tater sticker is going to be, right? If it's Dancing Goat Todd, it has to be Dancing Queen, right?
Yes.
I'm thinking like it'll be like the Queen of the Staters dancing with the panpipes, you know.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Brett, hold that up again. What was that? What did you
is that where you're?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pick.
Awesome.
Who's that from?
Yeah,
that's from Jay.
Yeah, tape. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you tried their 10-year?
Oops. There we go. Yep. Yeah, that's so good. That's so good.
And it's really affordable. Like they have such good, they're 10-year-old. I mean, it's.
I don't know why people sleep on them. They're really, really good. And I'll tell you, I had a chocolate bitters finish from them that changed my world. And had we been a little bit bigger at the time, this was a couple of years ago, I would have said, let's just get a single barrel of this right now. Wow. But there's no way we were big enough to sell something that off the cuff and just different. And I'm telling you, it was so good. I was like, Todd, this is the greatest thing I've had in a long time. It was that good.
You're bitter about being the evil queen. Snow White, no. I'm Snow White.
Joe, you are
Let's get out of here.
You are my favorite queen of all time, Joe. You are my favorite queen.
How good that
is so great.
Oh man,
Andy,
that's classic.
You know what? You should appreciate me a little bit more, Todd, because not everybody get. I'm just saying.
So good. I can't wait for that. That sticker might sell the whiskey out itself right there. I'll have to say. Jeez, whiz, that's a good one. And everybody else is in it too. There's Eric Smaris. There's Eric. Of course, Mark and Christopher David and Max there and George.
It's epic.
Poor George, because he was kind of hidden in the background a little bit, so he's stuck in the back. And technically, there's 9 people. I let Mark stay in there. Mark, since he's part of the old line crew, but why not? So he's like a visiting dwarf. But the funny thing is, Todd, this inspiration came really out of spite. Because I was so upset that I couldn't go, and you were like, "This pick is great," and you're texting me. I was like, and then Joe writes, Andy sucks on the barrel head. I'm like, it's like you ungrateful sons of bitches. What can I do for this Tater sticker?
You give me a hard time every time. So we had to give it back to you.
Yeah, and look, I think it's great, but it sparks creativity, and unfortunately, out of creativity came you in a dress with an apple, and it was okay.
Joe like you to shrink his head so it's not as fat.
Joe, I didn't alter that picture. Actually, I hate to tell you this, Joe. I didn't alter the picture at all. In fact,
well, he wants you to do a little touch up.
In fact, I actually had to pull it in to get the clips of here on here a little bit. So I thinned you out a little bit, buddy. You should be happy with me there.
I don't want to alter that photo at all. I think
so.
The funny thing is, it looks like Snow White has a receding hairline. It's like my baldness is creeping in on Snow White.
No. I mean, if you look at, I'm not a fan, but she's got a receding hairline and Eugene Levy eyebrows anyway. So So the fact that's why I kept the eyebrows, so I could have the big bushy eyebrows on you with the glasses, which I thought would be great. So
it might work. All right, guys.
Librarian glasses.
Let's get out of here. Andy, well done, guys. Friday night, please let's sell out the Diamond Dave Double Oak Bourbon from Pursuit, so we can go back and have another one. And it's Dave's first pick, even though he picked the 13th. Whatever. Dave, this is still your first. I don't care
It
if
is. Yep.
it's your first.
You always remember your first, right?
That's right. We all
Yes,
do.
that's right. Only this time, no regrets. This is the beautiful thing. That's
right. That's right.
So no, Dave. Honestly, like I said, you're probably the nicest guy. Well, really, until Brett came along, you guys can now battle it out. That I've met you guys will have fun. You guys can battle out in the nice guy department. But honestly, no, Dave is just one of the nicest guys, most generous guys out in the whiskey community. And
yeah, Dave,
it's us who were honored that you came out to join us for this, because it was great. Sure. And we hope this is at many holiday parties around your house where people can see, hey, Diamond Dave's on the bottle here, man. He made it. So we appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right. There it is. Next Friday, guys. Let's go grab it and let's sell it out and let's all drink it together.
Next Friday, pick up the forthcoming Diamond Dave, or this Friday. And if you want to kind of add on a little bonus, get that Chattanooga Chattagetting pick to go with it. You won't regret it. I think you'll love it. And next week, it'll be Brett and Andy going on Tuesday night.
Nice.
So we're gonna make that thing happen.
What would the topic be next week, I wonder?
No, we'll figure it out.
Maybe reviewing the Diamond Dave Double Oak.
What would you like it to be? What would you do if you were by yourself, Todd?
I don't know what Brett. What is your musical influence? Like, what do you like?
I'm a little,
I got a dip, guys. We'll see you.
Yeah, Mark, we're getting out of here. Thanks, buddy.
Love you, Mark. Thanks, buddy.
No, it's okay, Todd. We don't want people to shut off this, the stream from my musical taste. It's not that important. But I do love some 80s stuff. I love some 90s stuff. I'm a 90s kid. I'm a little younger. So, but I've got a 80s.
I think it should be like, I think it should be like young versus old. Max young, you're old. It should be like,
not that.
Wow.
No, no. My middle name. So my first name's Brett. My middle name is Michael. Brett Michael.
Wow.
So so you know, come on now. My first. Anyway, I'm going to stop because I've had a little bit to drink. I'm going to say one more thing and I'm going to shut up. My first song I learned on the guitar, being from Nashville, you have to know the guitar. Every Rose Has its Thorn. So come on. I have that in my
All right. There we go.
Your partner says you like yacht rock. Is that true? Is that your
yacht rock?
Hey, you know what?
Christopher Cross.
Yeah. I love it, Dave.
Time and place.
Hey, I'm with you. Look, hey, eclectic taste is good. As long as you don't bring any Nirvana onto my stream, you're fine.
I don't taste any Dickel in this bad boy right here, guys.
Ooh, can't wait to get that.
It's so. That's my pour for the night. We're leaving on. Don't be scared of the Dickel that's in this, and it's high age Dickel.
Don't be scared of the Dickel.
Nope, that's just a lot coming from this guy right here. So
Barrel Batch 37. I dropped a review of it today, Andy. I'll give this bottle to you. You can try it. They sent it to us.
I appreciate it. I think
Barrel is severely underrated out there in what they do.
It's good stuff.
No one talks about Barrel, and I think they do great things.
Barrel was a victim of their marketing because it all looked so similar. I think it was kind of like the Elijah Craig Barrel. Just too many kept coming out, but now I like the way they're doing the numbers prominent and kind of
so good.
Yeah. Kraken. Is that for Brett? What do you think about extremes? You know what we think. What do you think about? Does he know?
Does not like extremes.
Who doesn't like extreme?
Remember last week, extreme. It was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just say
I have a strong feeling.
No,
or do you not even know who they are?
I have no. I know extreme. I only know the hits.
The hits.
Take
a
look.
Take a look. Okay.
I don't know the deep cuts. I don't know the deep cuts. Sorry.
I do, Kraken. So if you'd like to come on and debate me on some extreme knowledge,
just end the goddamn stream, Andy.
Okay, fine. Todd, do you anything you want to say as you go on vacation on your little cruise?
Yeah. I will still be uploading videos every day because I work like that. Unlike Andy, I actually still put things out.
Unlike Andy, he loves his face so much that he wants people to see it on a daily basis.
I do reviews every day for the most part. Even when I'm on vacation, you'll still see stuff from 21090. I'm reviewing every single of the 2025 Lost Lantern Summer Collection. I will say this to you guys right now. It's good, don't go crazy over it. There's
Todd,
three that I think are great.
People want to know about your trip. Tell them what you're doing. Just come.
I'm
No one cares about your stupid reviews. Just tell them.
For 2 days and on a Disney cruise, and then Disney World for another 2 days. And I love Disney. I'm sorry, I love it. You can make fun of me all you want. I love it. So sorry.
No one's making fun of you for that. For God's sakes.
Are you gonna wear that outfit down there?
Here's the thing. It's going to be 96 degrees with the real feel 108 extreme UV. Look at me. I'm going there.
Do you want me to send you a copy? You can get that signed by the Snow White at Epcot or wherever you're going to be. You can actually you can get your you sure you should do that. Show it to her.
Goddamn stream, will you?
Enough
of that.
Ungrateful son of a bitch. I do all this for you, and that's fine.
We'll see how good the stream does next week. Mac will hold his own, I'm sure.
Hold his own. It's gonna be the best stream.
Wow.
Hold his own. Look, he'll be
I am honored.
Serviceable little fella.
I'm honored to be a part. And Todd, I might have some, some clips from our barrel pick that I can show you. So anyway, we'll see.
I was a bit drunk, by the way. I have to say.
I can't believe you said hold your own. I mean, poor guy.
He'll do great. He'll do great.
Todd, if he showed up and didn't speak, he'd be better. He'll be.
Oh my! I'm not going to be a part of this. I love Todd. I love.
We're making him
happy to be here.
Hey, Brett, we've known each other for 40-some years, almost 45 years. This doesn't affect the marriage at all. Don't worry. We're just fine.
You ever see Grumpy Old Men, the movie?
Yeah,
that's pretty much us.
I love it. I love it.
So, all right, guys, we appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week. Wish Todd good luck on his big old Disney cruise.
Have fun.
I'll send. My Three Sons is my other YouTube channel, My Family Vacation. Videos, My Three Sons. There it is. Check that out. I got video updates.
Yeah, you get to see a bunch of little Todds run around. What could be better than instead of one Todd, you got 3 Todds. It's fantastic, and it's the greatest thing ever. My God, you're all in for a treat.
Oh man, that's funny.
Until next time, and
there will be next time.
Cheers and rock on.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Really, Really, Really Bad Dancer.
Mr. Really, Really, Really Bad Dancer.
Arms swinging, knees bending, head bobbing to no particular rhythm. You're either dancing or you have fleas.
Call me the doctor.
As soon as you hit the dance floor, the taunts begin. Is that all you got, playa? Unfortunately, yes, that's all you got.
Pour it on now.
Who's in the house? Some guy who can't dance. That's who's in the house.
You're a star.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Happy Feet, because you really put the oogie in boogie.
Mr.